Hello friends, welcome back to Pepipost Tutorial series. Today's topic is how to send email in Python. I'm sure you are a Python developer because of which you landed to this video and you're looking to send email in your Python code. In this tutorial, I'm going to discuss on how to send email from your Python code, and there are some libraries are there, very good libraries using which you can easily send email from your Python. So let's begin with the steps. We all know that Python is very popular language nowadays, and it is widely used between the developers. If you have ever heard about SMTP live, so this is one of the most preferred library to send emails in Python. So let's see what are the prerequisites for start sending email. So you need at least Python 2.7 version or above to use this particular library. So whatever the steps I have mentioned here is with this version only. And you need the respective pip installation also on your server. So apart from this, you need a SMTP server which you are going to use to send email. So either you can use your local SMTP server if you have something like Postfix or SendMail installed on your server. So you can use your local server to send email, or else you can use some other third-party email service providers like Pepipost, SendGrid, Mandrill, or any other provider. Or in fact, you can use the free provider like Gmail also, who allows around 500 emails to be sent every day. That's those settings you need. The SMTP server settings like the host name, username, and password, which we are going to use in our code to send emails. So in this example, I have actually used the Gmail server to send email. So for that, there is a one very common problem with Gmail server whenever you are going to integrate your code with the Gmail SMTP server to send email. So that is by default, Gmail doesn't allow any program to connect to their server to send emails. So for that, what you need to do is you need to go to the Gmail's security settings, and there is one option is there, less secure app. So what you need to do is you need to allow access to less secure app. So once you allow that thing, so this means you are allowing the external program to connect to your Gmail SMTP to send email. So once you have done that, just make sure there is no 2FA enabled on your Gmail account also. So once these two settings are done, your Gmail account is ready to send email. So the next step is to go with the SMTP live settings. So first you need to install the SMTP live client. So for that, here I have given the command for that. So you have to just run this python -c import SMTP live. So by this, the library, so if the library is not present, you will be getting the error message something like this, that no module name called SMTP live is there. So you will get this import error here. So if you are getting this error, so what you need to do is you need to just run pip install SMTP live and it will get installed. So sometimes you might be running a older version of pip or something like that. So in that case, what you need to do is upgrade your pip installation. So here is the command to upgrade your pip. So after that, if you will run the command again to do pip install smtp lib, so it will get successfully installed and you will be getting some success message like this. So that's the installation of the SMTP lib. So once it's the SMTP lib is installed, the next step is to create a test Python file. So the here in the example, I have taken mail.py as the file, my test file. So in that, just copy paste this entire code. So here what I am doing exactly is I am importing the SMTP lib at the top, and then I am using some variables, and in that variables I have defined the SMTP details like this is so here you can mention smtp.gmail.com or smtp.pepipost.com. So whatever the SMTP server is with whom you are trying to send email, so you have to mention the host name of that server here. Then the port number on which you are going to connect needs to be mentioned here. So here I am using port 25 in my case. Then you have to mention the SMTP username. In case of Gmail, this is going to be your Gmail email address, and then in password you have to mention your Gmail password. But in case you are using any other third party SMTP provider, email service provider, then you have to mention the username or password provided by them. Then coming to the next step, you have to mention the to address. So this is the recipient of the email. So here I have taken one like the test user at mydomain.com. So you can add any of your friends' domain or your client's domain to whom you want to send email here. Then next is the from address. So in case of Gmail, if you are using Gmail SMTP, then the from address will be your Gmail email ID, your Gmail email address only here. So you can't use any other domain in case of Gmail. Gmail doesn't allow sending of emails from any email ID to any user. So the sender should be always Gmail in case of Gmail email SMTP. So, but in case of other SMTP providers or email service providers, you can use any from address which is whitelisted with that particular provider. Then is the body. So this is the body content here. Here you can write the entire HTML code which you want to send as a body to your user. So that's done. So we are ready to shoot the mail. So you have to just run python mail.py and you will get a success message saying sent. So if you are getting this sent message, this means the email is sent. And then the next step is to just check your inbox. So there might be cases that you might have received the email in spam also. If you are receiving the email in spam, there are a couple of things which you need to worry why the email is received in spam. So like one of the settings are SPF and DKIM. So if you have not done with the SPF and DKIM settings, then the probability is the email has landed into the spam. Otherwise, there are other reputation factors are there, like the reputation of your sender domain or the sender IP address which you are using to send email is not very good. So those are some couple of reasons. So I have explained everything in detail in my other tutorial series. So you can visit the link which I have shared in the description below to know more about those. You can read my other tutorials also where I have talked about SPF, DKIM and how to prevent your emails from going into spam also. That's it. So email is sent. There might be few problems which you might encounter while sending the email. So I have listed on those also in my documentation here. So one of the most popular error which user generally face is SMTP recipient refused. So this is one of the most popularly occurring error when you send email. So mostly in this case, what happened is either you have not mentioned the username or password correctly, or there might be a sender address rejected error coming from the server because the sender email address which you are using, like in case of Gmail, I have said you need to use your Gmail email address. If you are using any other email address, then you might be getting this error. So you have to ensure whatever sender address you are using to send email, the SMTP server actually allows sending email from that particular email address. So if you have corrected those things, then most probably you will be not getting this error. Another most popular error is the socket error, where you get error 111 connection refused. So what is exactly is this? Here actually the server's outgoing port. So the outgoing port which is connecting to the other SMTP server is blocking your connection. So the port is actually blocked, and hence because of which you are not able to use that port to send email. So why this happens is, in case of most of the hosting providers, if you are on a shared hosting, so your server is hosted on a shared hosting, or you are using some virtual servers, then mostly your hosting provider has blocked those ports in order to protect their infrastructure from doing any spam. So what you need to do is you need to either use some alternate ports, like in this example I have used port 25, but instead of port 25 you can use some other ports like 2525, 587. So these are the ports which you can use. But still, if you are not able to send emails, if by changing the port also, you need to actually contact your hosting provider to unblock these ports. So basically they have to do some firewall changes in order to allow ports for your SMTP connection. Those are the couple of things. If you are if you have handled correctly, then you will be able to send emails correctly. I mentioned here some tools like by which you can check whether your port is opened or it is closed, so you can refer those tools also here. So I hope you like this video. So there are other couple of error messages which I have shared here, so you can refer all these. So I have given those in detail in my documentation, and the documentation link is there below in the description. So just go to that documentation link. You will be able to do a step-by-step installation, and you will be able to debug and fix the problems whenever it is coming. In case you encounter any issue or any bug which is not listed as a part of this document, then I would be very great. It will be very helpful for me if you can share those in my YouTube description below, or you can directly comment in my tutorial which I have written. So that's it. I hope you like the video and the documentation. Please share your review and please share your feedbacks below in the comments. Thank you so much.